wealth,
being faithful and committed,
power,
I stand before you. Honor
is hereby declared the winner and is returned
and influence.
There was hidden ground.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has them all. But ask many Nigerians and you will hear a different tune. The rise of Tinubu is more than just a political victory. It's a bitter pill for millions who now grapple with daily hardships. Tinubu is widely seen as the man who built Lagos, a prosperous state. But the reality for Nigerians after he became president in 2023 has been far from ideal. Loved by some, despised by many, this is the story of the man who owns Lagos and now Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was born on the 29th of March 1952 in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. In the 1970s, he studied in the United States while working as a dishwasher, taxi driver, and night guard to fund his education. He graduated from Chicago State University in 1979 with a degree in business administration. After working for US consultancy firms, he returned to Nigeria in the 1980s and worked for the Mobil Oil Company as an auditor. However, despite this compelling narrative, his background is riddled with subject of ongoing controversy. Many Nigerians doubt his true birth date and academic qualifications. Allegations even suggest his real name is Yekini Amoda Ogunlere. But Tinubu and his team have consistently maintained that the information about his life and career is accurate. Tinubu first entered Nigerian politics in the 1990s and became the governor of Lagos in 1999 when military rule ended. It wasn't long before he established himself as a force to be reckoned with in Nigerian politics. Why is it said that Tinubu owns Lagos? The term ownership here is not literal, but it refers to the political stronghold he has maintained over Nigeria's commercial hub. Tinubu's legacy in Lagos is a tale of influence and control that spans decades. After his tenure as governor, Tinubu handpicked Babatunde Fashola to be his successor in 2007, and so began the cycle of Godfather politics. If Tinubu endorsed you, you were guaranteed a win, whether people liked it or not. When Tinubu served as the governor of Lagos, he made very significant impact in the city. First, he introduced certain tax reforms to increase Lagos State's internally generated revenue, IGR. He did this by creating the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS, and implementing new policies to improve the collection of tax. Under him, the IGR for Lagos grew, thereby allowing the state to reduce its dependence on federal allocations. Also, he helped in the repair of major roads such as the Lekki-Epe Expressway, improved the state's waste management system by introducing the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA, and provided better incentives for civil servants such as salary increases and quality working environments. Doing all this easily won the hearts of many to him, and so when this man who had done this much for the state during his tenure came out to publicly endorse Fashola and to commend him as a capable leader who would continue his work in Lagos, it was no surprise that the people trusted his words and voted Fashola to be governor. With Fashola, who was his former chief of staff, being a governor and loyal to him, it is a no-brainer that if there was anything that Tinubu wanted to get done in the state, he could easily do that. Another occurrence that could be said to have given him an edge in his political career was his influence over the dominant political party in Lagos, the Action Congress. Tinubu and other key politicians from the Southwest region initially belonged to the Alliance for Democracy, AD, a political party which was created to represent the interests of the Yorubas, but internal conflicts such as difference in ideologies grew and began to reduce its effectiveness as a political party. Therefore, Tinubu, seeing that the decline could affect his political relevance in Lagos and even beyond the Southwest region, got together with other key politicians and created the Action Congress in 2006. Not only to remedy his problem, but to equally stand as a strong opposition party to challenge the dominance of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Tinubu being not just a founding member but most importantly being a key financier to the party, providing the funds for its operation and electoral activities, easily gave him leverage over decisions made in the party. So, when the time came for selecting candidates for various political offices within the party and for choosing who got the party's ticket for elections from local government chairs to governorship candidates, he had a significant say. And with this, his influence was easily spread across multiple levels of government. Tinubu is said to be associated with the ownership of TVC Communications and the nation's newspaper, which are among Nigeria's major media outlets. With influence over these platforms, he has an opportunity to promote his political agenda and policies. Therefore, a great majority of whatever is to be aired concerning him would be limited to favorable coverage of his political activities and achievements, while all unfavorable news about him would swiftly be ignored. In the run-up to the 2015 and 2019 elections, media outlets linked to him, like these two, were key in promoting his preferred candidates and shaping public opinion, not just in Lagos, but beyond. But that's not all. Tinubu's ability to engage with the people at the grassroots level is yet another major tool of influence for him. By building relationships with community leaders, market associations, and religious groups and being present at community events to show support, he has earned for himself the loyalty and trust of many. Working closely with organizations like the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW), a group in charge of transportation in the state, is equally not a coincidence, as this body is made to provide support for him during elections, helping to mobilize voters and ensuring high turnout. His focus on empowering the youth and the women through various programs, scholarships, and trainings can equally be said to be another crucial part of his influence-building game. By providing opportunities for these groups to participate in politics, he therefore creates a loyal base of supporters who are actively engaged in his political campaigns because they are made to feel that they owe him that. Having done all these things, it becomes no surprise when he endorses anyone contesting for a seat in any political level in Lagos State and his preferred candidate ends up winning. Tinubu's hunger for power didn't stop at Lagos. In 2023, he ran for Nigeria's presidency under the All Progressive Congress (APC). It was a fiercely contested election, with major challengers like Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Many Nigerians saw Peter Obi as a beacon of hope, a break from the old guard. Obi's candidacy attracted young voters and those exhausted by the corruption that defined Nigerian politics. Despite this, Tinubu emerged victorious. His victory was tainted by accusations of rigging, manipulation, and irregularities. Nigerians flooded social media, claiming that the election was a sham. The disappointment was palpable. The slogan "Emi Lokan," meaning "It's my turn," was no longer just campaign slogan. It became a symbol of entitlement and power grabbing. His win in the court, where he was declared the rightful president despite intense court battle and raw evidence presented by Peter Obi and Atiku's legal team, not only deepened the national frustration but has caused a lot of people to no longer trust the judiciary, and the young people no longer see a future for themselves in the country. Following his presidential victory, one of the key ways Tinubu employed to help build and spread his influence was by quickly appointing several individuals who were considered to be loyal to him into very vital positions within the Nigerian government. Having Olawale Edun, who served as the Commissioner for Finance during his tenure as governor in Lagos State, now become the Minister of Finance for the country is no coincidence. Having him occupy a position that is responsible for managing the country's economy and controlling the national budget is crucial to his administration, as it could enable him to direct contracts and government spending to companies and individuals within Tinubu's business network. Also, Lateef Fagbemi, appointed as the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Minister of Justice helped Tinubu shape legal decisions and defend the actions taken by the government in court. An example that is worthy of note was his swift response to lawsuits challenging the government's policy decision, such as the withdrawal of fuel subsidies. While this move was justified as one that would ensure economic stability, the timing and implementation of the policy have been questioned. The immediate beneficiaries of this policy include fuel importers and distributors, some of whom are rumored to have close ties to Tinubu. By removing the subsidy, these people are now able to operate in a more deregulated market, thereby increasing profits. In this same line, there have been reports of the Attorney General's office dismissing and delaying cases involving allegations against the figures traced to Tinubu, which cannot be properly accounted for. Even the decision for the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, which maintained his victory despite various challenges, was seen by some as a reflection of his influence over the judiciary. More to this, as opposed to the little degree of influence he had over the media during his tenure as the governor of Lagos State, his influence has become even more pronounced as president. Not only has the coverage for the media outlets linked to him, such as the Nation newspaper and TVC Communications, been expanded, thereby expanding his efforts at pushing a positive public perception of Tinubu as a capable leader who is committed to national unity and progress. Efforts have been actively made as well to clamp down on any voice that seeks to speak ill of his administration. This he ensured by having the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission (NBC) impose fines or sanctions on media houses critical of his government. And just as he has been appointing officials, he has been displacing some as well. Godwin Emefiele, for instance, was removed from his position as CBN governor because it was believed that Tinubu perceived him to be a contentious figure, particularly due to his role in the redesign of the Naira, which stirred a lot of controversy. By removing Emefiele, Tinubu cleared the way to appoint Yemi Cardoso, who happens to be more aligned with his economic vision and personal interests. And then there is the dismissal of Abdulrasheed Bawa, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The EFCC under Bawa had set in place various high-profile investigations that could have proven challenging to some of Tinubu's allies or even to himself. So by removing Bawa, Tinubu ensured that the anti-corruption agency would be led by someone who might be less aggressive in pursuing cases that could affect his interests or those of his close associates. If Nigerians were angry before, Tinubu's policies after taking office have only fanned the flames of discontent. His decision to remove the fuel subsidy in one of his earliest moves as president has wreaked havoc on the economy. What was sold as a necessary economic adjustment has left the average Nigerian struggling to survive. Since the removal of the subsidy and floating naira, fuel prices has skyrocketed, leading to a ripple effect that has inflated the prices of nearly everything: food, transportation, housing, and basic utilities. Nigerians now pay more for almost every aspect of daily life, but their wages have remained stagnant. The withdrawal of the fuel subsidy was supposed to curb government spending and help stabilize the economy, but instead, it has led to untold suffering, with inflation now hovering at 35%. Breadwinners who once barely scraped by are now drowning under the weight of rising costs, while the political elites remain insulated from these challenges. For many, Tinubu's policies have done nothing but deepen their struggles. The narrative of his presidency is one of a rich man making decisions that benefit the elite, while ordinary citizens bear the brunt of his economic reforms. Tinubu may have risen from humble beginnings, but his ascent to power has come at a great cost to the people of Nigeria. From owning Lagos to seemingly owning the entire nation, his grip on the country is now firm. His victory in court, policies that increase inflation, and the suffering of everyday Nigerians only fuel the growing hatred towards him. And so, as Nigerians continue to navigate the realities of a harsh economy and an administration that seems disconnected from their struggles, the question remains: What will it take to change their fortunes under Tinubu's rule?